Namaskar, annyeonghaseyo. मैं हूँ Harsh and welcome again to our another episode of Study in Korea series. And today we have a student from Chungnam National University. Chungnam National University is one of the top 10 national universities in Korea. And we have Monford here today who will be introducing about it. So let's directly go with the interview. Hello, Monford.
Hello, 안녕하세요.
So, first of all, I would want you to ask that which part of India do you come from?
I'm from Vellore, Tamil Nadu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And how long it has been that you came to Korea?
Oh, my first visit to Korea was in 2014.
Hi.
I came here for an internship program,
Okay.
then went back in 2015 and came back in 2016 for my PhD.
Also, currently
So
you're
yeah, I'm doing my PhD right now.
okay. And what is your course exactly?
Uh, I'm doing PhD in molecular biology, but the department would be molecular functional biology.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
you can say.
you are working in lab under some like specific scholarship or like you get from funds from professor or it's how is it like that?
Oh, the scholarship in Chungnam depends on the lab, yeah, lab and the professor. When I joined for my PhD in 2016, I was under BK 21 plus scholarship.
Okay. Okay.
So for the first 3 years, I was under BK 21, and from last year, I'm under a research grant from
Okay.
NRF.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's basically depends on the professor and the lab and the
Lab.
project which you're working on.
Okay. And what was the reason? Like you came first to Korea as an intern, and then what made you decide that you will come here for PhD? What was the reason? What was the inspiration behind it?
Oh, the decision to come to Korea happened in 2014, actually. Like I said, when I was doing my master's from VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology, I found out VIT had a program called the Semester Abroad program.
Oh,
You can do your final year master's project abroad,
mhm.
and I wanted to come to Korea actually because I want to experience the new culture, basically for
Okay.
more exposure. And I found out VIT has a MOU with Chungnam.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
nice.
and
Yeah.
I knew a research professor also from the department, so I applied through him and started with my internship. And here I am, still here doing my PhD.
Nice, nice.
So
How do you
yeah.
like it? How do you like Chungnam, and how are the facilities and everything there?
Universities, the university is very good. Like you said, it's one of the top 10 national universities in Korea, and there are different programs. There are a lot of various research institutes based on different programs, and then fully international standard. And there are a lot of people from different parts of the world. You get to meet, you
Oh,
get to experience their culture. Facilities in terms of research, it depends on the lab. The lab will provide all the facilities you need. Actually, that's the good part about Korea. You need not spend anything from your own pocket. And Chungnam has a instrumentation center with various different instruments. You can use that also. And apart from these facilities, the medical center, there's a big library and indoor stadium and gym. What else? And yeah, the campus is really big. From the main gate to my department, it takes almost it's around 2.2 kilometers. There's a bus shuttle
wow.
every 15 minutes, and yeah. Apart from this, there are a lot of cafeterias, cafes, and convenience stores. The
How
usual
about
stuffs in most of the universities here, I think.
yeah? Yeah, that's the thing. Like as an international student, like it's have
Yeah.
you lived also there in the dormitory, or you have been living outside only?
Okay. When I came here for my PhD, I found out the dormitories here are a bit expensive than
Um,
staying outside.
okay.
So from the beginning, I opted to stay outside because comparatively it's cheap, and I live in a place where you get everything. It's like
Okay.
there are a lot of Indian restaurants and a lot of Indian groceries, Pakistani grocery.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Nice.
yeah. I've been living in the same place for the past 5 years, so I'm used to the place.
Nice.
So you get everything. So yeah.
And how is it? It is like normal price to live outside. Like, is it enough with the
Mm,
scholarship you get or everything? Like,
it's a little expensive comparatively. Like if you compare Seoul, it's not that expensive, but it's a little expensive. You pay almost 250 to $300 for your
true.
house
Yeah.
electric bill and gas bill. And yeah, it's sufficient. The scholarship which the university gives, you can manage.
Okay.
So it's not that hard to survive here.
And how about the lifestyle apart from these like basic lab things and all? Like, as an Indian student or as a foreign student, do you have some community there? Do you have something activity that you do or stuff like that?
Well, basically, as a PhD student, you spend most of the time in lab, actually. But weekends, there is a reasonable number of Indian community here, around 70 to 80 that I know of.
Oh,
So pretty, so lifestyle and usual lab dinners. Every Wednesday, I try to go out with my lab mates, and weekends, I have a few friends here from India. We gather and cook dinners, and the usual Chusak, Diwali, Christmas dinners,
hmm,
gathering around, yeah, listening to songs from Tamil, Punjabi, Hindi, and also there's a cricket club here. We have a cricket club.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have a cricket club, so we play against the Pakistanis, like, and I also go for badminton. There's an
And
indoor badminton stadium here.
so there
I
are
like
much
to,
activities you can do. There are much activities you can be
yeah,
part.
yeah, and actually, in and around the campus, something or the other would be happening. Some music festival, some spring festival, and some
Right.
dance
Yeah.
festival, some international student festival. So yeah, it depends on you. The social life here is basically how you manage it. So it's fine. Social life is pretty good here, except for the Mondays to Saturdays.
And like this was this all the positive part. Like when you came to Korea, was there anything that you find difficulty in, settling down here or stuff like that? Was there anything?
Yeah, of course. The initial days were a bit hard figuring out stuff. Korea is very secure. Initially, when I came for doing a simple bank transfer, you need to have the specific bank certificate. Or figuring out that in the initial days was so hard, bank transfers, and but I liked it. It was a little difficult, but figuring out these things made my life here more better. And the language, language was a little. But the Koreans don't ignore you. They try to, even though they don't speak to you, they
Okay.
try to, yeah, they try to help you
Yeah.
translate stuff which you need, especially the lab mates.
How
They
about your
try to help you.
coursework? Was your coursework in English? Like,
Yeah, actually, for PhD in my department, you need 36 credits to complete your PhD course.
mhm.
So each course is 3 credits. So mm, almost half, like 10 courses were in English.
Okay,
The
then
last 2 courses I had to take 2 Korean classes, but
it's
even the
manageable.
Korean lecture, yeah, it's manageable. Even the Korean lectures, they try to teach in English a little bit. So actually my department, most of the courses are in English, so which was a great help for me here.
And
And
what do
apart
you
from this,
think?
food was, initial days, the food was a little hard. Food and the weather.
So do you like
I
the Korean food?
initially I I didn't like it that much, but now I like it. I have my favorites where I go every week when I get time. So
Yeah,
food,
you mentioned weather too. Yeah, it's you coming from South India, so it's
yeah, and especially my city, the temperature goes up to 42, 44. So
right,
the
right.
initial days, oh, even 10 degrees was too hard for me. But yeah, but now I like the winter weather. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm used to everything here, so
it's
it's
already
not
in
that bad.
minus here, right? Minus 5, 6 is
Yeah,
already.
the
No.
last 3 days, oh my God, it's minus 10, minus 11.
And so, what do you think is the most important factor for Indians to survive here? Like, you have been living here for like
Mm.
4 or 5 years, so
I think in order to survive in any foreign country, you need to have that open mindedness and open heart,
accept the culture.
especially especially in a country like Korea. There is a huge cultural difference. When I
Right.
came home, it was very different cultural difference in the language barrier. Yeah, I think it's better to be open, willingness to try new ideas, learning a little bit of Korean. It'll be helpful, the basics. Yeah, I would suggest many Indians to come forward. I want them to experience the same what I'm experiencing right now. Yeah.
In a positive way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And what do you like the most about Korea? How, like, you have been living here
Mm.
as a student or as an Indian? What do you like the most?
People are very friendly here. Like I said, even though they don't speak the language, they find it a little hard. They try to help you with the translators, and they somehow the action speaks louder than words. It's apt for Koreans. Like they try to help you in any way possible, and things are very easy here. It's very organized. When you take, for example, transportation, when you take the subway or bus, they fall into a queue automatically, like no struggle, ease of life. Yeah, it's technologically improved. They're advanced. You get everything online. In you order some food, you get it in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so these kind of stuff I like. And the street food, they have a lot of similar Indian street foods, the fried foods. So
Oh.
yeah,
That's exciting.
I like to travel. I like to travel in Korea. It's easier to travel from.
One
You
place to
just need
another.
one. Yeah, you just need 1 week to explore from Seoul to Busan. Actually, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. It's a small country, so it's a smaller than
yeah,
some other states. So I think if you have,
yeah. So easier life. Everything happens in a structured, organized way. So I like that about Korea.
so you would recommend your university to Indian students, right? Like who want to come not only in your departments but other departments as well. Would you?
Yeah, I would definitely would recommend to my fellow Indians because every year in Chungnam, every year the number of Indian students here keep on increasing.
Oh,
Came here in 2014, there were not much of Indians, but now, like I said, almost 70, 80. If you walk around the campus, you can see an Indian family having a small picnic in the parks,
oh,
and
nice.
Chungnam has a pond. Yeah, sitting near the pond having a picnic. So my experiences here are very good. Like I said, I would like to encourage more Indians to come and experience the same.
And like, would you give any specific advice that people who are coming here or applying for scholarship or applying for normal university, like procedure, anything that you want them to keep in track, keep the
Yeah, of course. The admission process in Chungnam, I think there are two kinds. One is the general admission, where you can apply by yourself, and the second one is you contact a professor And the professor, if your professor agrees to take you as a graduate student, he'll help you with the graduate admission process.
Okay.
So this is, and I think the preferred route is you choose your field of study, contact the professor. That way it's easier. And scholarships, I think the only negative point about Chungnam is you need to pay tuition fee the first 4 semesters.
Okay.
But if you have your language certificate,
Yeah.
the major eligibility criteria for PhD program is, apart from your master's degrees, you should have a language certificate. So
Like in
there are
like TOEFL or
IELTS,
IELTS.
I yeah, TOPIK level 5, IELTS
Like Korean too.
6.5.
They consider Korean level too.
Yeah, you need the language certificate for graduation here. So if you have 6.5 IELTS, they give you a grade A scholarship. The
Okay.
first semester fees is waived, and you get 50% scholarship in your tuition fee the remaining 3 semesters.
Okay. That's much
And
convenient.
there's a grade B scholarship where they give you 40% of scholarship if you have an IELTS score of 5.5 and TOEFL IBT around 75. And apart from this university scholarship, you have the scholarship which your research grant provides, PK
Yeah.
21 plus
Yeah. Yeah.
and NRF. And if you have a KGSP scholarship, the professors would be happy to take you right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so these 3 scholarships, university scholarships, and apart from this, there are scholarships for Korean language also.
Okay. So there are much options, and
Yeah,
with the
options, and you can do a
about the fees,
part-time.
like you can pay the fees with the research grant you get. Like it's enough to, right? Like the
Yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah.
So you will not
Actually,
have to
some
take money from like home and pay the fees like that.
no, no, I never did that actually.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's you
you
can
can
pay by
manage that.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some professors actually, some professors are willing to pay your tuition fee. Like I said, it depends on the
On the
professor and
profession.
lab.
Yeah.
If your lab is well funded and so many research grants, your professor will pay the tuition fee, but you'll get the stipend salary a little less. So, so either way, it's the research grant and the professor's decision.
Thank you so much for letting us
Thank
know
you.
all of
Yeah,
this, and I hope this helps our Indian students who want to come to Chungnam. And Monford will be there to help you. So if you want,
sure,
and
sure.
thank you so much, Monford.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this.